Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Tejaswini and this is the second lecture of lecture series on lipids. In last video, I told you about classification of lipids and omega-3, omega-6 and omega-9 fatty acids in short. Therefore, this lecture will cover all the concepts related to omega-3, omega-6 and omega-9 fatty acids. In last video, I told you how to remember saturated fatty acids, and I told you also the list of unsaturated fatty acid, and there I made one mistake. I told you that oleic acid is a saturated fatty acid. Even I wrote that oleic acid in the list of unsaturated fatty acids. So remember, oleic acid is an unsaturated fatty acid. Although it is unsaturated fatty acid, this acid, fatty acid, is not essential as our body can make it, and the only problem is our body cannot convert that oleic acid into linoleic acid, which is omega-6 fatty acid. It means our body cannot convert omega-9 fatty acid to omega-6 fatty acid and omega-6 fatty acid to omega-3 fatty acid due to the absence of enzyme that desaturate the fatty acid. So in this lecture I will tell you how these three fatty acids, which are omega-3, omega-6 and omega-9 fatty acids, are different from each other due to the difference in their structure, chemical structure. This is carboxylic end. This is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. This is carbon number 18, and this end, which is methyl end, is known as omega end. This is omega end or methyl end. Methyl end. Now we will number this carbon. This is omega carbon. This is carbon number 1. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. This is omega numbering. And in omega-3 fatty acid there are 3 double bonds, 1, 2 and 3. And carbon-carbon double bond nearest to omega end is at omega-3 position. Therefore, this fatty acid is known as omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acid. Here I will write what is omega-3 fatty acid. Carbon-carbon double bond nearest to omega end or methyl end is at omega-3 position. Therefore, this fatty acid is omega-3 fatty acid. See, there are 3 double bonds present in omega-3 fatty acid. Therefore, this is ALA, that is alpha linolenic acid. And remaining 2 fatty acid, omega-3 fatty acid, which are EPA and DHA. This has 20 carbon atoms and this has 22 carbon atoms. This has 5 double bonds and this has 6 double bonds present in their structure. This is 18 carbon structure with 3 double bonds. And these 2 omega-3 fatty acids are mostly found in seafood and mostly fish. And this ALA is found in plants, nuts, seeds and oils. Nuts, seeds and oils like soybean, safflower, sunflower, etc., etc. And now in omega-6 fatty acid, what happened? Carbon-carbon double bond nearest to omega is at omega-6 position. Therefore, this fatty acid is known as omega-6 fatty acid. See, this carbon-carbon double bond nearest to omega carbon is at omega-6 position. Therefore, this fatty acid is omega-6 fatty acid. And this omega-6 fatty acid is mostly found in safflower, sunflower and many other cereals and oil seeds are there, which contains omega-6 fatty acids. This omega-6 fatty acid is essential one, I told you, because our body cannot convert oleic acid to linoleic acid. This is linoleic acid. Omega-6 fatty acid, which is also 18 carbon, but there are only 2 double bonds present in their structure. And in omega-9 fatty acid, carbon-carbon double bond nearest to omega-8 is at omega-9 position. Here it is at omega-9 position. Therefore, carbon-carbon nearest to omega-8 is at omega-9 position. Therefore, this fatty acid is known as omega-9 fatty acid. Omega-9 fatty acid. And this omega-9 fatty acid is oleic acid, and richest source of oleic acid is olive oil. Remember from this OO, olive oil. Importance of these 3 fatty acids are they reduce the chances of cancer and cardiovascular diseases. Actually, these 3 fatty acids reduces the levels of LDL, which is low density lipoprotein, and increases the levels of high density lipoprotein, which is HDL, and known as good, and LDL is bad, because LDL transports cholesterol from liver to blood arteries, where they get accumulated and invites the cardiovascular diseases, while HDL transports cholesterol from blood arteries to liver. Therefore, HDL is known as good. And if you are taking the supplements of omega-3, 6 and 9 fatty acid, you have to take that supplements along with the meal which is rich in fat or fatty foods. Therefore, it increases that fat or fatty acid or fatty food increases the absorption of these 3 fatty acid in our body. And this is all about the omega-3, omega-6 and omega-9 fatty acid. Keep studying. Thank you.